Et donc, quête histoire de Eula. Normalement, si je me suis pas trompé de quête. Et ça débute avec un petit rendez-vous avec Jean, la maîtresse de Mondstadt. Là, on rentre comme chez nous.
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. I know you must be... Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with. Yes, it has been one thing after another recently. I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with the Fatui.
The Fatui? But who are the Lawrence clan?
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The hard-won freedom that the first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system. The aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other.
Oh, Paimon gets it.
Je
So
vois
the
l'idée.
clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more dubious deeds.
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help us further invest. Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and we've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences, no matter what stance we take when dealing with them. We could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant. But if all of our past efforts would have been wasted. You are in fact the best candidate, but you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn more.
Whoa, leave it to Master Jean to come.
Perhaps such plans have become second. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, it is said that he is difficult to get along with. Thanks again for your help. If you...
Let's go. Y a des joueurs un petit peu de Eula dans le chat. Je vois même pas qui c'est Eula. Je vois pas qui c'est. Pas souvenir de l'avoir croisé ou quoi que ce soit. Ça me dit rien. Hop là. C'est vraiment pour gagner 200 mètres. C'est vraiment l'ETP de la flemme. Ça m'aurait fait marrer que le personnage que je dois voir soit en fait... bah si, peut-être à l'étage du coup. Alors, Schubert. Ah bah c'est toi. Oh oui, t'as l'air suspect toi. Sachant que Eula, ça fait plus d'un an qu'elle est plus revenue. Ah ouais? Donc c'est un vieux personnage du coup.
Hello?
Hello.
Did I hear you correctly? Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply, given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. If you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you...
That's etiquette?
Huh. In former times, when people knew their place, and neglecting your manners would result in a swift
Oh
whipping.
oui, c'est sûr que c'est un traître lui, c'est sûr.
But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the wayside, and what did you say? You dare question the dignity of the nobility?
Tu veux que je te mette une tête?
I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others have just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. I, however, save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct now. I have more pressing matters to attend to.
On pensait qu'elle reviendrait pour le gros événement qu'il y a eu à Mondstadt il y a pas longtemps là, mais non. En vrai, ça doit être un peu pénible de kiffer un personnage. Je pense que le plus triste c'est encore de le pull une fois et derrière de jamais le revoir.
Well, if it isn't the honorary knight, I'm just on my way out to gather some intel. I didn't... Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have... Master Jean tasked us with a special
Ça te concerne pas, Ember?
No, No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as you just have to keep at it and never give up. Hey, why don't you...
Master Jean asked us to build a connection, but it turns out that he's a peculiar...
Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess. He said you didn't have any man... I've been on the receiving end of his lectures You mean as
Bon, on fait quoi, du
they
coup?
believe there should be a certain distance. However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan.
Ah bah voilà, Eula.
Buddy? That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonia's 4th company. Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. In other words,
Ok.
she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her
Yo,
family.
Lonis, comment est-ce que tu vas? Et du coup, vous dites Eula ou vous dites Eula?
However,
Comme en
she's
anglais.
still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you meet her.
Seul perso de Mondstadt qui te manque quand il... Ça... Pour la
That's
collecte.
strange. If
Ouais, non, mais
Eula's
pour
a
la
member
collecte,
of
je
the
comprends.
Lawrence clan,
Moi aussi, j'aime
then
bien
why would
un peu
Master
tout avoir et tout.
Well, it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence, in their
Oh là là,
eyes,
mais arrêtez de
Eula is nothing but a
blablater.
traitor to the family. She's very easy to get along with. Just explain that. In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning.
Thanks, Amber.
Good
Bon,
luck,
allez,
you two.
let's go. C'est bon, merci. Hop, on va rejoindre Eula. Ouais. Classique. Hop.
Well, if you
Euh,
want to learn about the conduct of the Lawrence clan,
Let's
who
go.
better to ask than one of their own family members?
Mon dernier perso qu'on a fait, dont on a fait la quête histoire, c'était Utao.
The Fatui! What are they doing here? Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later!
Voilà, battons-nous et posons les questions après, ça me va tout à fait.
Share my knowledge!
Dis à la française. Oui. Vous savez que eux, ça fait pas longtemps que j'ai découvert que c'était un bouclier de feu qu'ils avaient. Et du coup, bah, il fallait faire de l'eau pour les tuer.
Let the show begin!
Avant ça, c'était un peu compliqué comme combat.
Out of the
Je
frying
vous cache
pan!
pas que j'ai perdu quelques fois. J'ai combien de vœux? Je crois que j'arrive à 90 là. Oh non, je croyais que c'était eux là. Ouais, allez, Lucas. Wow. Et bah voilà, ça c'est l'introduction. Là, on a envie de jouer le perso.
You don't
Là, on
think
est
twice
intéressé.
before reaching for your sword, do you? And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to the...
What?
Mais non, nous on vient de te voir.
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as
J'ai
swiftly as I
entendu
could.
tout un tohu
Only
bohu.
to find you two already fighting the Fatui. If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all... Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
Ouais, on a l'habitude.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of...
Arch enemies?
Donc c'est un personnage
Wait a
Cryo
minute.
également.
You were saying how
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort two which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance...
So that's how you see all this?
Yes.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange. Although...
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. Speaking of which,
This is the honorary knight
Oi,
of the
oi,
Knights
oi,
of
oi, oi,
Favonius.
oi, oi.
And Speak is so obsessed with etiquette that
Arrête
he's
de
not
parler,
even willing to speak
Paimon,
with us.
s'il te plaît.
But why do you mean to investigate him?
Parce qu'on le
I
suspecte
see.
d'être un traître.
You have some nerve to faming
No. This is an assignment from Master Jean. It's just
to the everyday citizens of Mondstadt. Everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum.
hard to avoid such a reputation when you're no...
Oh, so that's what you think of me?
Bon, du coup, on enquête ensemble ou pas?
Curious. We've only just met,
And you've already given me 3. I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only
That's right. Amber told
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the...
Bon, je voyais pas les choses comme ça. Moi, je pensais qu'elle allait nous mener à enquêter, qu'elle allait nous aider à enquêter, pardon. A priori, elle va nous aider à apprendre à parler à des nobles. C'est un peu bizarre, mais bon. Quoi qu'il en soit.
Paimon has met bigger weirdos before.
Ah, you finally arrived. There's no time to spare.
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first. Otherwise, it'll keep bug.
So that's still on your mind, huh? Don't worry. There's a time and place for... I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have some...
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspect... But you needn't worry. At least, not whilst we're If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such... But if he did commit a wrongful act, then I'm sure you understand. Good. Now, there are 2 key points that aristocrats... Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very...
Oh, Paimon's already learned some Mark my words! Vengeance!
Donc pour le coup, ça c'était drôle, pas
even
tous les jours.
close. And besides, it sounds strange.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! It seems you don't respect the rules of your...
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formality. For example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn, so do I greet you, my dear friend."
As the
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value. Yet, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them. Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used to... It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were... This is only the first step in making a greeting. After address...
Wait! This is all too abstract.
Pardon, c'est pas du tout qu'elle m'endort, mais...
Perhaps it would be better if...
Ah. Very well. Come with me.
On va vraiment faire un entraînement, là. Mais c'est pas un aristocrate, ça c'est un pouilleux.
Oh, you...
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility...
Huh? I can't make heads or tails of it.
Hold on.
Norman le
What do they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's... Got it. As a...
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do. Just beat it. Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence. And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any...
Là, le tâcheron.
Don't leave.
Wow. The Lawrence name really does...
Never mind him.
Elle a l'air
I
drôle
could
en
have
tout cas,
predicted
Eula.
as much.
Ça fait plaisir.
Let's find someone...
Ça fait plaisir. J'ai loupé quelques lives. Tu en es au niveau de l'histoire. Au niveau de l'histoire, on a fini Inazuma. Et normalement, on devait s'attaquer à Sumeru. Mais il y a des petits problèmes techniques qui font que je peux pas m'y attaquer tout de suite.
You there, lowly toiler. You please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the... Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom... right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawn... Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling.
C'est pas que j'ai la flemme de faire le gouffre.
Hey,
Enfin,
stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to... And again, I've got no word...
Again? What's with this attitude?
Ouah, c'est vite parti
Yes,
ensuite.
I don't think his attitude will change. If I... I'll remember your...
Sinon, enfin, moi j'ai une solution. On peut pas juste tabasser le potentiel traître jusqu'à ce qu'ils nous disent la vérité.
You there, lowly worker.
Et voilà, le gouffre force, bah ouais, ça me donne pas envie d'y aller. Oh la Maro.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. I mean, seriously, can't you just take a...
Please calm down. We don't...
I know
Se faire
she's a
embarrer
knight
par
of
tout le monde.
Favonius, and that the knights wouldn't misplace their trust, even to this very day. The descendants of the Lawrence clan... And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully...
You have a point, but mark my words. This...
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here, I may be no match for you. I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that. Listen here, if you don't want things to get more...
Moi je pense qu'elle est tabassée l'oncle, c'est encore la meilleure solution. En vrai c'est cool le gouffre, moi j'aime juste pas les environnements grottes. Bah non mais moi c'est ça, hein. C'est le fait que ce soit une grotte, ça me... enfin, je ne prends aucun plaisir à évoluer là-dedans. Donc je vais faire les quêtes pour avancer, mais...
Paimon thinks we should apologize for asking you to demonstrate for us.
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even three... Don't worry.
Bon, on avance
What
pas
with me being
énormément
a knight
avec
of
cette
perhaps
histoire de
my
traître.
aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today.
So this is the way things are normally for you?
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. As memories are carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation. At least I have a means of living a relatively normal life compared to the elders of...
Yeah! Why were you so willing to...
Oh, that reminds me. That last... Let's leave it at that. But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations.
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, right? Right? We'll just have to roll with it for now. Let's just keep Eula from getting anyone else
Il parle
riled.
beaucoup
Well
dans cette
then,
quête. Hein.
I'm glad you learned something. A proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else. But we must also practice your bearing. I have a very effective way of training for this.
Oh la vache, il faut repartir au monde au dragon. Je trouve que la quête débutait bien parce que Eula, elle est quand même vachement stylée. Genre, elle est arrivée en petite cinématique et tout, là, c'était un petit peu classe.
Can you hear that?
Mais
The
là...
heavens are whispering to all living things. It's time for bed now.
Ah, pardon, c'est là, hop.
It's
Là, ça commence à faire beaucoup de blabla.
cold. Does aristocrat training really need to...
If you wish to truly achieve the dignified conduct of an aristocrat, for example, you can see that part of the path up, but a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly...
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrats compared to what we've already seen. This should be a piece of cake.
Mais arrête de parler toi aussi, là.
Paimon thinks so too.
All right, let's get started. Remember,
Gracieux et
you must
élégant.
be...
Faisons preuve de grâce et d'élégance, alors. Ah, il faut que je trace. Ah, ouais, c'est... Ouais, la grâce et l'élégance, là, ouais. Je trouve que ça m'avait pas touché, mais ok. Non, mais... Ouais, après, c'est...
That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings.
Non, alors... J'ai une
Head back to the starting
excuse.
point and try again.
Franchement, la hitbox, elle est fumée.
It'll be
Madame
difficult
Eula.
at first. Remember,
Mais là, il faut forcément que je passe... passer comme ça. J'avais plus de... Oh non, j'arrive... Oh non, je vais tomber. J'ai plus d'endurance, putain, j'en peux plus. Yo Max, comment est-ce que ça va? Non, mais je vais tomber là. Mais ouais, mais c'était sûr, Non, mais c'est bon. Elle me saoule cette quête déjà. J'en peux plus. Aïe aïe aïe. Je n'en peux plus. Sortez-moi de là. Attends, je me faufile. Attends, ça me l'a pas compté? Ça me l'a pas compté, non mais c'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. Ah mais c'est que là, il y a... Ouais. Là, il y en a deux qui me tirent dessus. J'ai pas... Ah mais ça m'a pas touché. J'ai l'impression qu'on m'en veut personnellement avec cette quête. Alors attends. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire? Déjà on peut manger du goulash. On aura plus froid. Ça va nous donner un petit coup de boost. Le goulash. Mais... C'est vrai? Non. Je pense que je peux sprinter parce que depuis tout à l'heure ça marchait sprint. Peut-être faut pas dasher. Mais là... Attends. Ok. Attends, mais genre là c'est pas validé? En plus j'ai le point de boss. Non, non, je pense à la limite c'est peut-être le dash qui passait pas, mais le sprint passait. J'ai vu les persos de la nouvelle bannière de Jinmang, on a Souchang, Mitsuki et Tinyu. Non, je l'avais pas vu. Mais c'est cool.
Don't flat. This scenario was relatively simple. In the face of a real battle, one would seldom have a chance to stop and evaluate the situation.
Ouais. Ça va ça va les refs? Le jeu a crash. Au calme. Ouais, je suis désolé, ça a crash. Ça a crash, ça a crash. Ça arrive dans la zone de dos dragon. Ça me rappelle les premières fois. Ça me rappelle les première fois que j'ai été à dos dragon. Je me suis battu contre un boss. Le live a crash genre 3 fois de suite. Enfin, le jeu a crash 3 fois de suite. Je sais pas d'où ça vient. Mais c'est fine. Tout va bien. Bizarre. Bizarre l'ambiance, mais... Attends, elle est où? Elle est là.
Not bad. Don't flatter your... This scenario was relatively simple. In the face, there's a ley line monolith just up ahead that will attract near. True elegance is the ability to calmly yet swiftly make decisions in the heat of battle. My family said only the high... Let's proceed, shall...
Ça arrive rarement une chose pour les jeux... Ouais, mais ça arrive de crash quoi. Je sais pas si ça... Enfin, ça le fait vraiment que dans une seule zone, hein. Ça le fait genre vraiment qu'à dos dragon. Donc je sais pas si... s'il y a trop de neige pour mon PC ou si...
But be careful not to get launched into the air or frozen while fighting. That would be most unsightly.
Je sais pas.
I see everything. Nice and spicy. This may hurt a little.
Mais non mais... Fais des efforts aussi, Naïda. Je joue trop à Genshin, ah c'est possible.
You perform and you manage to remain calm even in these grueling dragon spine surrounding, given such an outstanding
Bien, donc on avance dans la quête, c'est une bonne nouvelle.
So, that's it.
Hold on. I was commending the traveler's performance just now.
What? You mean...
Yes, of course. You were frantically flying and did you even listen to anything I was trying to teach you?
C'est vrai que paiement et l'élégance, ça fait deux.
Hey, that's not true. Paimon...
Whatever the reason, not heeding my
La
instructions.
petite balle perdue.
A cause for vengeance. Now.
Huh? What is it?
Certainly not. Didn't you just say that you were freezing?
Oh, thank you.
If I wasn't, then why would I care about you being cold? If you turned into a Paimon... So, dear friend, don't die on me out here.
Ah! Paimon knew something was off.
Wow.
All in the name of vengeance.
Bon, elle est chelou,
Now then,
Eula, quand
given
même.
that your training is complete, it's time we return to Mondstadt. I already have something in mind. Let's pay Sarah a visit at good...
Ok. Bon, cette quête... Je sais pas quoi en penser pour le moment.
The weather is lovely and warm.
Je sais pas quoi en
Things are
penser.
about to start getting lively.
Oh, hey, Eula. I see you've met the honorary knight.
We meet again, Amber. Caesar...
Well, I just got back and was thinking about grabbing a bite at Good Hunt.
Very well.
Ok.
It's been some time. Come, take a seat.
Je sens que ça va encore blablater pendant un moment.
Is there something else? Could you please prepare a serving of my uncle's favorite, gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut?
Coming right up. It'll take some time to prepare.
Hold on a moment. Is this sad?
No, she didn't order it. But because she didn't order any vegetables...
Ok.
So, we clearly didn't order this. Yet you prepared it with...
You're gonna take revenge on her for giving us a free...
En fait, Eula, elle s'embrouille
You
avec tout
should
le
know
monde.
me by now. Well then... please wait...
Delicious unauthorized delicacies. Sarah,
Why would
Elle
you
est complètement
choose
ravagée.
gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut as a...
this dish isn't actually on Good Hunter's menu. Only long-standing patrons such as my uncle would know about this.
Because of the sour flavor of the sauerkraut, not too many people are fond of it these days. Eula treated me to the dish once, and I couldn't even finish a bite.
I never expected us to have such completely different tastes in food. If I weren't in such a good mood, I'd say that constitutes grounds for transgression. Of course not. It's hard to find.
Elle est complètement
It's fine
folle.
when you're just joking between us.
Pas possible.
But
Elle
I'm
veut se
afraid
battre
our
avec tout le
honor...
monde.
Eula's always talking about vengeance, but that...
But I am serious. And I'll remember every transgression.
Paimon's starting to realize that Eula is actually a very good person. There's no need to be so awkward when you...
Listen, you've never been...
What?
So that's why you
Ouais, est-ce
wouldn't
qu'on peut
understand
avancer
how
sur
hard
l'histoire
it
de
is for a
l'oncle?
bad person to try to be good. All right, no need to look so sullen. I'm just...
Oh, I'm stuffed.
No need. I've left the mora under the plate. If you try to... Don't underestimate my ability to exact revenge. All right.
Ok.
Next, you should pay my uncle a visit. He has a small camp.
Aren't you coming?
I'm afraid that wouldn't be very convenient for me. Ah, yes. Please do remember to pick...
I still have more recon to do in the wilderness.
Let's meet again.
Ok, bon. On va ramener de la choucroute au traître. Récupérer la choucroute. Bah oui, bah la choucroute, elle est pas là. Ah, c'est Sarah qui doit me la
The
donner.
gebratenes Fleisch mit... And by the way, don't worry too much.
Paimon's been meaning
Mais...
to ask. No one...
Aïe,
she
aïe, aïe,
seemed
mais
to
arrêtez
get
de
along
parler,
fine.
c'est pas possible, prends la choucroute et on se barre.
They're unable to... So no matter what Eula tries to do, it's seen as a wrongdoing. It essentially...
How come you're able to see Eula different?
Well, when she joined the Knights of Favonius, many people signed a petition demand... At the same time, numerous members of the Lawrence clan crowd...
Whoa.
That's right. So you can imagine how determined... But thanks to Grandmaster Varka and the unwavering attitudes of others in the Knights of... In the eyes of the people, she's a stain on the Knights of... But she simply fulfills her duty as a knight. People like Eula should be approached with care and understanding. I believe a day will come when...
Once everything's settled, we should go talk to you.
I'm glad. I think that would make her take care. Please...
Ok, on a compris que Eula, personne ne l'aime. Ni l'ordre de Favonius, ni son clan. C'est quoi le plus court? C'est peut-être par là. Hop. On a bien compris. Ça, c'est le lore de Eula. Hop. On peut aller donner de la choucroute du coup au vieil oncle aigri. Il est où? Il est là-bas. Nickel.
Ah, it's you again. I thought I had rid myself of you two. A few humble words, huh? Very well. I'm certainly not one to be narrow.
Wow, this guy thinks so highly of himself.
On va lui parler bien.
It appears I have misjudged you. Supreme brilliance. Impressive. My intentions were to test your humility. It appears you have become...
Oh, so he was testing him.
Your conduct is satisfactory. I must, if I may ask, from whence did you learn such a civilized manner of speech? Ah, good. Very good. You are bright, and compared with the common folk...
By the way, we brought a gift.
Could this be? It's evident that your sentiment is genuine. As a young person, it's been so long since I dug into a big... Ah, yes.
Now even Paimon's starting to wonder...
I acknowledge your genuine goodwill. Such sincerity must certainly imply... Wait, so you've come to know of this too? It was meant to be a family... Well, considering your meticulous etiquette... Please, come with me. We happen to be in need of competent to see some friends from a distant land.
Ah, c'est sûr qu'on va rencontrer des fêtes, oui.
Solely based on your etiquette.
Well, let's get going, shall we?
Do you think
On
his
va se faire... Dans la chaise, elle est... Ok. T'es parti où, mon pote? T'es parti par là. Mince, non, c'est pas ça que je voulais faire, c'était ça. Ok. C'est vrai que si les pets où ils me reconnaissent, on est un peu dedans. Mais on verra. Oh, c'est un petit donjon. Trop bien. Après avoir gagné la confiance de Schubert, il a décidé de vous emmener voir ses amis d'une contrée lointaine. Les fatouilles sont probablement dans les parages, alors partez bien équipés. On va partir comme ça, ça me fait pas peur. J'espère qu'on aura un petit coup de main de Eula. On va porter un masque, c'est très malin.
Let's proceed, shall we?
Allons-y, allons-y. Présente-nous, Schubert.
As you'll see in a moment, there are many already helping us. I heard that this area had already been purged once by the Knights of Favonius, but it's the only place around Mondstadt that is well concealed and spacious enough. Although it has fallen into disrepair and does not suit the tastes of the nobility, we simply have to make do for now.
Sorry, can we walk any faster?
Of course not. An aristocrat always moves with grace in his steps. Moving hurriedly is unacceptable.
C'est quoi aller faire à l'intérieur? Oh là là, c'est du fatouille ça. Oh là là.
As expected.
Because we always see them around the city. They must be very powerful.
Huh. Nothing more than foreign ruffians with power and the ability to flaunt it. But they are favorable business.
Hold it right there. Who's this?
Non, je croyais qu'on était censé, qu'on était connus.
My guests. If you happen to offend,
but this matter is of utmost secrecy.
You dare question the ways of a nobleman?
No need to sound all high and mighty like that. Fine. You may.
Hey, let's go.
Good thing you're with us. They don't dare to question you.
Hier, j'ai fait une multi Une multi sur la tempo pour avancer un peu ma pitié, choper une petite salle d'accueil ou prendre des sièges de de tomber sur un 5 étoiles. Catching. C'est cool, catching. Et puis ouais, t'as du 100% pour Yae pour la prochaine bannière. Ça c'est chouette aussi. Prochaine bannière, moi je lâche tous les vœux que j'ai. Ce sera incroyable. Voilà. On peut pas avancer plus vite là. Par contre, ce sera un 50-50 sur le 5 étoiles, puisque j'ai une Aïda sur la dernière.
Where have I seen this? And who, may I ask, is this? We mustn't bring just anyone in here.
This is our new ally that I've recently met. They are completely trustworthy. You have the word of the Lawrence clan.
Our plans are strictly confidential. Furthermore, there's been word that an outlander who—
Don't be ridiculous. Besides, the Knights of Favonius pay—
And what about this?
Enough! You dare question my
oui,
word?
vas-y,
Need I remind you who it is who has made your act? Without the support of the Lawrence clan, you must immediately offer your sincerest apologies to my
Fine. I'll take your word. Now, to the matter at hand. Did you bring the diagram of Mondstadt's defenses as—
Oh, so that's
Yes, of course. Here it is.
Let me see. Ah. Why is it so poor—
Excuse me? I'll have you know that I went to great lengths to carefully draw this map by hand myself.
Yoimiya ou Yae? Yae, je pense.
That shape is
Pour
the
jouer avec
symbol
Naïda, je
of
pense que
the
c'est le mieux.
Knights of Favonius.
Même si Yoimiya, elle me chauffe bien.
Ah, I see. Crude, but—
Of course, you needn't worry about that. Don't forget what we agreed upon. The rights to that building, as well as the whole of Mondstadt, belong to the Lawrence clan.
Yes, we will both profit from this agreement. There's no— We will make good use of the intel you provided. Also,
Don't worry, this matter is only between you and I. And my new friend here. No one else. Once this is over, I shall stand atop the Favonius headquarters and rebuke their pathetic rule over Mondstadt. Then, the city and all its people will once again be under the rightful and unwavering rule of the Lawrence clan.
Il a de l'ambition, Schubert.
Perfect.
May I remind you once again that we mustn't act rashly.
very well.
Huh? What are you doing?
Là, c'est parti, ça va partir en cacahuète. Respire un peu, payant, respire un peu. Elle sert de la bagarre, là. On embarque tout le monde. On est en prison.
We'll see about that.
Tu vas faire quoi? Oui, toi tu vas partir en courant et les autres ils vont se battre.
Just as I expected. I knew I should have never trusted these foolish aristocrats. No matter, we already have the intel we need.
They're running off in different directions. Paimon remembers that this
je
place
suis
is a
obligé
dead
de me
end.
battre. Attends.
Take care of the Fatui first and then deal with Schubert later. Oh, it's revealed. Let's dance. Go, Barbara, go.
Let's end this quickly. Looks like I went too far.
Ok, hop. Y'a rien à récupérer là de l'autre côté? Y'a pas un petit coffre ou un petit truc qui traîne? Qui traînouille? Ah bah c'est bon, y'a Eula.
Is that Eula?
Don't touch me! Get out of—
It seems we finally caught up with you. Oh, it's you. It seems your investigation went well.
Succès total.
I see now. So, furthermore, there is a rule in our family.
Oh, ce
Such
plan.
traditions are never to be taught to outsiders.
Ils abusent un peu des fois au Yoverse, hein. Le plan là où on a le fiac de Eula au premier plan justement.
Ah yes, rings a bell. So what? I had.
You have brought
Les mecs
shame to
sont
our
pas
family
connus
and ruined my
pour
plans.
être discrets quoi.
It's all for naught now.
I know that you poured great efforts into these plans, Uncle. But you were well aware that it was not the right thing to do.
Knight of
Allez, en prison.
Favonias? Let's get one thing straight. You still have a chance. Defeat every Knight of Favonius, then I shall plead with the family to spare you.
So just to be clear, you want a Knight of...
I shall say this one last time. You are not. The blood of the Lawrence clan flows in your veins. You must...
Since when have I ever complied with the will of the family?
Why, you unruly maid!
If anyone should be angry, it should be me. As a member of the Lawrence clan, you knowing... Had you ever stopped to consider the trouble it would bring to so many people? Had you considered how many enemies you would make trying to keep the plans under wraps?
You dare lecture me?
That's right. In the name of the family that you so dearly revere, Uncle Schubert, I've never experienced the age of glory you always speak of. But I am capable of discerning right from wrong. And I deeply understand what freedom means to the people. The Lawrence clan should never and will never become what you've dreamed it to be.
Oh, the disgrace of it all! How could such a...
Things are starting to get pretty hysterical here.
That's enough fuss for today. You two, take him away. Given that you've already taken action, I assume you've come across some conclusive evidence?
What?
Hiram took a peek at their diagram. Your uncle had mapped out all of the Knight's patrol
And there was me thinking that he was just another elder of the family. And a lazy one at that. Let's discuss this later. Our first priority is recovering that diagram.
Ok, bon. Il faut qu'on retrouve... Ah, on a eu là. Alors attendez. Trop bien. Bougez pas. Juste petite lecture des aptitudes. Qu'est-ce qu'on a? Appui simple, frappe rapide, dégâts cryo. Elle a des cumuls de glace. Ok. Appui long, consomme tous les cumuls de cœur de glace pour faire tourner son épée devant elle et infliger des dégâts en zone. Ok. D'accord, ça c'est plutôt cool. Et l'ulti, brandit aux ennemis proches et crée une épée de lumière qui la suit. Épée de blablabla. Tac tac tac, ok. Bon. Bon, je vous cache pas, j'ai fait semblant de lire la fin de l'ulti. Mais alors, attends. Mais c'est très dangereux ça. J'ai failli tomber. Ah mais c'est une... elle a une épée à deux mains. Cool. J'ai pas de... Enfin, j'ai un seul perso avec une épée à deux mains, c'est Noël. Et bah elle pue un peu la mort. Ok. Et où les stacks que j'ai? Ok, ça c'est là-haut. Ok. Ok, bon. J'aimerais bien juste qu'il se colle pour que je puisse ulti. Vas-y, arrête de m'attirer. Ok.
Beg for mercy. More speed. Crush.
Non,
met.
tous.
Beg for mercy. Crush.
Let's end this quickly.
Come on, we can do
Je
it.
suis en train juste de
Let the
tester
show
un petit peu
begin.
les...
This should be fun.
Shudder. Freeze to the core.
It isn't. Won't break yet.
I condemn you.
Let's not waste time.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. You're toast.
Elle est considérée comme quoi, là, comme un off DPS.
Beg for mercy.
C'est comme un main.
Rack and ruin.
This is bad. This isn't good.
J'arrive pas à me faire un avis sur elle.
Crush.
Let's dance.
Shudder.
That's where they
Oui,
put the
je me souviens de cet endroit. Oui, je crois que c'était déjà un exécuteur fatoué à l'époque.
Oh, I'll protect us. By royal decree.
I condemn you.
You dare provoke me! Fatui, come forth and dispose of them!
C'est où?
Crush.
Alors attends 2 secondes, parce qu'on est pas loin de mourir. On peut juste attendre 2 petites secondes.
Booba, get them. Oh, it's reveal by.
Ah, main DPS Eula. Ok.
This must be it. They may very well have already made a copy of it, but without my uncle as their puppet, there'd be...
The Fatui wouldn't have relied only on your uncle.
True. But if their plan had hinged purely on taking Mondstadt, the Fatui are dishonest, but they wouldn't go as far as to start an open war. Their opposition wouldn't just be Mondstadt alone. Anyway, I'll inform the acting Grandmaster. She'll know how to handle the...
Oh yeah, you said.
Yeah, about... Because you stole my targets by attacking the Fatui, I came to exact my vengeance. You tried to do my job for me, and I'm here to return the favor.
Finally, after all this time, in reality, you sensed that you were worried about us and your uncle.
My purpose was vengeance. Don't twist the story. You don't look too bright, but it turns out you haven't. And mark my word.
Hey, what do you mean, Paimon does?
You have seeded a deep enmity between us. Just you wait. Even if you were to be completely destroyed, I would never forget.
Ouais, elle est
Bring it on.
un petit peu rancunière, Eula,
I
quand
like
même.
your fighting spirit. I'll take this
Sure. Well,
That you will. And make sure not to steal my targets next time.
Ok. Bon. Bah voilà qui conclut la quête histoire de Eula. Le perso a l'air cool quand même, honnêtement. Il a l'air plutôt intéressant. Voilà. On verra ce que ça donne si on retombe dessus. Et puis bah en espérant qu'elle tombe sur une bannière à l'occasion. Même si a priori ça fait un bon moment que on ne l'a plus revue dans le jeu. On verra. On surveillera en tout cas.